Today we're going to see how to change the engine air filters on a Mercedes GLS 450, and there are two of them, so if you just follow these air intakes back, there's going to be one here, one here. There's a few things to take off, but overall it's a pretty simple job. Let's get started. On either side of the car, back by the windshield, you've got the big plastic covers that you can just push back a little, work out from under this rubber lip. Lift those out, set them off to the side. Got the same thing over here. And then we're going to work out a few of these plastic covers and pull them off so we can get to our air filter housing. With those covers out of the way, you want to take this large piece of rubber seal off here that goes over the engine. You can kind of work it out from one end and then start pulling. It's just a pinch mold. Set that off to the side, and then we're going to want to look at our fasteners. Let's get in a little close here. So you've got a fastener right here. It's going to be an 8mm bolt, and then on the back side we'll have another 8mm bolt. We'll take those off and see if it comes off, at least on the passenger side. So we've got one off, and the second one, now it's starting to feel pretty loose. There you go. So we should be able to have pretty good access now to our passenger side air filter. Let's do the driver's side. Looks like the same story over here. We took one 8mm bolt off on the front and one on the back. And just kind of work this out. So to actually get this thing out, I think you have to turn it a little bit clockwise to clear this bar. And finally. So with all those covers off, it looks like we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 of these T20s on either side. And I think there's some tabs in the back that we will be able to slide those off once we get those fasteners out. So I will do that and we'll find out if that's true or not. All right, we've got 3 of them out and the 4th one is just ready to come out. Let's find out if that's all the fasteners there are. Ugh. It looks dirty. Wow. But as you can see, the filters have really been doing their job. You do have an electrical connector here, so if you want to, you can try to just set this up out of the way, and we'll pull that old filter out and get everything cleaned up in here, and then we'll try our new filters. You don't really have to vacuum your old filter, but it had so much debris and sticks and leaves and squirrel parts. I don't know. Seemed like a good idea. So we've got most of the big stuff vacuumed out. I'm going to just get a damp cloth and wipe that out, and then we will be able to go in with our new filter. We've got it cleaned up in here pretty good. We've got our fine European replacement filter that I bought online. It is a different brand than the one I took out, but they pretty much look identical, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same manufacturer. So you want to set this in, and then this area where it's orange, around the open part here, you want to be sure your seal is pushed in securely here, because the next place that air is going is into your engine. So you don't want any leaks there. And you've got your 2 tabs here that are going to go in the back into the corresponding holes. You've got a vacuum line or some kind of line here that you're going to need to contend with. Make sure it's out of the way and push that down tight. All right, that seam's on there. We'll put our fasteners back in. We want to get these on snug, not too tight, because this air filter housing is pretty thin plastic. And just look at it, make sure everything feels nice and tight. Now we'll do the other side. I went ahead and pulled this cabin air filter housing off. It's just 3 clips here up top, and you can pull it out. Give yourself a little bit more room to work, depending on what tools you're using. We didn't really have to show everything again, but I just wanted to see if this side is as much of a horror show as the other side was. Already looks a little better. Yeah. It's not though. That's terrible. You got gum wrappers and maybe a popsicle stick. Monarch butterfly. That guy didn't make it back to Mexico. All right, we'll clean all that up and get our new filter in and start putting everything back together. I just about got everything back on here. Just a word to the wise, on this driver's side panel that I've just put back on, I didn't film it because it took me quite a while to just work it around. So just be patient and test your angles, and you need to push as you're shoving it back, and it will eventually go into place for you. So on this big rubber piece, we're going to want to start this on one end and go ahead and slip it in, get it on the lip, and get it into one of these boots, and then you can kind of press it on, going all the way around. Just keep testing it, make sure you're on. Before you get to the end and come around this corner, you want to go ahead and slip it in to this rubber boot, and then you can press it on securely. Got our main engine cover on. These panels, again, just going to want to slip the tabs in the back and then push it down. Make sure it's seated well on both sides. Same process on the driver's side. Just want to get it underneath that rubber lip. That's really what holds it in here in the front. And that's pretty much that job. So changing these air filters is about a 20-25 minute job. Most of that and taking all these covers off and just getting to them. For tools, you don't need much. Just an 8mm socket for some of these fasteners, and then a T20 bit for the air filter covers themselves. So the dealer charges about $175 to change these air filters out. I bought these European filters online. They were about $45. So that's about $130. For 20 to 30 minutes work, that's not bad to save that much money and fix it yourself. Thanks for watching.